Welcome back, friends. In this session we are going to discuss about excretion. So what do you mean by excretion? So excretion means the things, waste materials has to be eliminated from our body. So as we already saw the case of gaseous exchange, right? Gaseous waste materials like carbon dioxide which is produced from our cells as a result of metabolism will be eliminated through gaseous exchange, through respiration. You are breathing in and out, right? Through breathing out, the carbon dioxide will be eliminated in the gaseous form. Okay, so in that case blood will be helping in trapping the waste material, that is carbon dioxide from our blood, from our cells, and that will be transported through the lungs. In the lungs what happens? The alveoli will receive the carbon dioxide, so that through nostrils, through the nasal passage, the CO2 will be eliminated from our body. That is in the case of gaseous exchange. That is different, right? Now coming into the other metabolic activities. So numerous metabolic activities will be taking place in our body, so each and every cell. As a result of that, some toxic, harmful substances will be produced in our cells as a result of this metabolism, like byproducts. So they are called as nitrogenous, okay, nitrogenous waste. So these nitrogenous waste like urea and uric acid. So these kind of waste, if they accumulate in our body, that will lead to most dangerous situations. Many diseases will come. So that waste has to be eliminated from our body. How this nitrogen waste will be eliminated? Through the process called as excretion. Here what happens, the process of excretion means it is a biological process in which the harmful nitrogenous waste which is produced as a result of metabolism in each and every cell will be eliminated with the help of blood. So that will be eliminated as a urine. So as a urine that will be eliminated with the help of organ called as kidney. In human beings, so kidneys will be helping in this excretion process. So some other organisms will be using different mechanism. Suppose if you take amoeba, unicellular organism, the whole body they will be having small pores. So throughout the body, so through simple diffusion that will be eliminated. Okay, so throughout the body, for example, if you take amoeba like this, so waste products will be produced inside. So through simple diffusion from inside, through holes you will be having small holes will be there. Through that holes, through simple diffusion, the waste will be eliminated outside. Whereas in human beings, we have specialized organ system. That organ is called as kidneys. So pair of kidneys will be there. So where you can find these kidneys? Where it will be present? That will be present in the abdomen. So abdomen means in the case you can say in the back side you can see here the abdomen, you can see the kidneys in the back side. Okay, backbone will be there, right? So adjacent sides you can see the kidneys. So if you see the kidney, one kidney will be slightly higher, one kidney will be slightly lower. So the reason is that, so left kidney you can see here, left kidney is slightly higher, right kidney is slightly lower. The reason is that you have liver over there. Because of the liver only, you can see here, the liver will be like this, right? So the liver will be like this. So because of the presence of the liver will be occupying the space. That is why that will be slightly low, this will be slightly higher because of liver only. You have to keep in mind that thing. And the next thing, if you see how these kidneys are helping, so you can see the structure of the kidney here. So pair of kidneys will be there, and then you can see this is the pair of kidneys, and you can see here one tube is there, here one tube is there. These two tubes are called as ureter. They are called as ureter. And there is one bag, the muscular bag will be there. This bag is called as urinary bladder. Urinary bladder will be there. And then a small opening will be there present in the urinary bladder. Small opening. That opening is called as urethra. So they are called as kidneys. So pair of kidneys will be there. And you'll be having pair of ureter, and you'll be having urinary bladder, and you'll be having urethra. So this is the system which helps in elimination of the waste material, that is nitrogenous waste materials. So what happens here, you can see here this This one is called as, actually blue color will be giving. This is blue color I will give for differentiating. I am mentioning, okay. This is blue color and this one is red color. You can take red color will be there, right? So you will be having what? Arteries are there as well as vein is there. Here in this case it is called as renal artery and renal vein. So what is the function of artery? From the heart, which is pumping the blood through arteries. That arteries which reaches the kidney are called as renal arteries. This renal arteries, what they will do, you can see this is a renal artery. What they will do, they will receive the blood from the heart. They will transporting the blood to the kidney for purification. So the blood which enters the kidney will be having some other metabolic waste product like nitrogenous waste will be there, right? And also the digested food will be present, nutrients also will be present in the food. So that blood will be going here to the kidney for purification. Later what happens? This one, vein is the right, that is called as renal vein. The vein which is leaving from the kidney is called as renal vein. That will be getting the blood from the kidney and that will be transported to the heart through vena cava. So vena cava will be connected to the heart, right? So this is oxygenated blood and this is deoxygenated blood will be there, right? So artery will be carrying the blood towards the kidney and this one is called, right? So vein will be taking the blood from the kidney to the heart. That is what happening here. So next, if you see the structure of the kidney, here it will be convex. The outside will be convex and inside will be concave. You can see here convex and concave. So in the concave region only these arteries and veins will be there. So arteries will be entering inside, veins will be coming outside. And the next thing, the ureter. Ureter also comes from this concave region only. So this is what happening there. Now going inside the kidney, you have numerous structure, like millions of structures will be there. They are called as the functional unit of kidney. Functional filtration unit of kidney. They are called as nephrons. So nephrons are the functional units of kidney. So cell is the functional unit of all living organisms. Similarly, the nephron is the functional unit of kidney. Without nephrons, the filtration cannot happen. So if you take an individual nephron, so how many nephrons will be there? There will be nearly millions of nephrons will be present in each kidney. So if you take the individual nephron here, you can see the structure here, right? So you can see the cup-like shape was there. So this is called as Bowman's capsule. This is called as Bowman's capsule. So inside the Bowman's capsule, where this will be there, now you will be having this regions. So inside the kidney will be having many nephrons like this. So this Bowman's capsule is a cup-shaped structure. Inside the Bowman's capsule will be like this. So it like this, right? This is cup-shaped. So inside that will be having tuft of capillaries. Tuft of means like bunch of capillaries is thin-walled. So here only what will happen? The filtration will occur. Because I said no, the artery will be entering inside. So the artery will be entering inside. So they will be joining inside there. When it is entering there, the blood will be going there. This tuft bunch of capillaries, what they will do? They will do the filtration activity. They will receive the blood. That is what happening here. Here in this nephron structure, what is happening? The blood will be purified. Blood consists of many absorbed nutrients will be there and waste materials also will be there. So what this structure will do means they will reabsorb selectively the nutrients like glucose, salt, water. These things will be reabsorbed. So what happens here? It will be going from here to here, right? So that will be passing through this tube only. Through this tube only the passage will be taking place. You can see here the passage will be like this. So when it is going through the tube, so the nutrients will be reabsorbed as well as water will be reabsorbed selectively. The reabsorption will be taking place. So after reabsorption, the remaining material, so remaining waste materials like nitrogenous waste, urea and uric acid will be concentrated. After concentrated, that becomes urine. That urine will be transported to the long tube here. So this tube is called as collecting duct. So this is called as Bowman's capsule and this tuft of capillaries is called as glomerulus. Glomerulus. and this one is called as proximal converter tubule, distal converter tubule, and this is called as headless loop, and this is called as collecting duct. So the detailed structure you will be studying when you are going for the higher studies. In 11th grade you will be studying the detailed structure of the nephron, how the absorptions are taking place. Whereas in 10th grade just the outline structure only they have given. So what happens here? Here throughout the tubes the filtration, that will be the reabsorption as well as the concentration of the urine will be taking place. At last the concentrated urine they will be going to the collecting duct. This collecting duct is connected to the ureter. So from each and every unit what happens? The collected urine will be transported to the ureter and they will be entering into the which one? Urinary bladder, where it will be temporarily stored. So you can see here the initial filtrate here, right? Initial filtrate will be nearly 180 liters per day. So 180 liters of filtrate, the blood, they will be filtered per day in this region. Whereas the concentrated urine, remaining everything will be reabsorbed. Only 1 to 2 liters of urine only will be produced. So based upon the intake of water, the range may vary, but average will be 1 to 2 liters of urine will be produced. Remaining 178 liters will be reabsorbed, and in the form of water, nutrients will be reabsorbed. So what happens? All will be going there. So they will be stored in the urinary bladder for. So they will be going here and they will be stored here, the urinary bladder. They will be stored for temporarily. So what happens? This is a muscular organ. They can expand. Okay, they can hold up the urine for some time. So if this is a direct control with your nervous system. So your nervous system controls the urinary bladder because of the muscular organ. So after some time what happens? Your system will give the information from this one. Muscular organ will be giving information that urinary bladder has been filled. So because of that you need urge to urinate. So later what happens? That urine will be coming out through the urethra. That is a small pore which is present here. Through that the urine will be coming outside. Whereas the kids, the young kids will be there, right? The young babies, they cannot control their urine. They will be frequently urinating. Okay. Whereas adults we can control because the nervous system will be completely developed. So we can control those things. And when we feel urge, now we can release that. So that is the urine will coming. So see, overall you can see here, kidneys will be performing the purification process here. The nitrogenous waste will be eliminated. How they will be eliminated? With the help of the unit called as nephron. Here we have glomerulus, that is a tuft of capillaries. There only the blood will be entering from here. The artery will be entering from here. That will be filtered. So throughout the tube the filtration will be occurring. So here only the major filtration. Here the reabsorption will be occurring throughout the tube. So that water minerals will be reabsorbed. So the waste materials along with some water, that is a concentrated urine, will be going to the collecting duct. So this collecting duct is connected to the ureter. Through the ureter what happens? Both the ureter, the urine will be going and storing in the urinary bladder. Data from the urinary bladder that will be excreted through the urethra. So this is what happening in the excretion in human beings. So now coming to the plants. In plants how the excretion is taking place? In plants it is different. They don't have any specialized system, specialized organ for the excretion. So in plants the carbon dioxide is and oxygen gaseous exchange will be there, right? How it is taking place? Through stomatal opening, which is present in the leaves. Through stomatal openings what happens? The exchange of gases will take place, and there through that way the waste, gaseous waste will be eliminated from the plants. So coming to the metabolic waste, how they will be eliminated? So what happens? You can see the plants, some leaves will be falling off. They will be shed off from the trees after getting old. Now they will become the green color. They will lost. They will become dry and they will fall off. So what happens? The waste materials will be going and stored in the leaf, which is very old leaf, right? Mature leaves. That leaves will be fall off from the trees. So that along with the old leaf, the waste products also will fall off from that. So the waste materials you can see here. Imagine a plant. So this is the new leaf, and imagine this is the old leaf here. Now you have old leaf here. In this case, you can say this is old leaf. So this is the old leaf, and there is the new leaf. So what happens? The waste materials will be going and transported, and they will be stored in the old leaf. Let what happens? This old leaf will be shed off from there. They will be falling off. They will fall off. So along with the old leaf, what happens? Along with the old leaf, the waste materials also will be going outside. So this is one type of elimination process in leaves. Next, what will happen? The old xylem, the xylem and phloem will be there, right? The old xylem tissues will be there. In that xylem also, the waste materials will be stored and they will be eliminated as gums, resins. You can see here gums, resins. So as gums and resins, that will be as latex. When you break some plants, now you can see that will be oozing out like a milky substance. Latex, waxy latex will be oozing out of the plant. So that is also a waste material. So through this process, they will be eliminating their waste materials. So resins and gums also they will be eliminating. So with this resins and gums, many useful things also we can get. Sometimes what happens, some waste materials also eliminated into the soil through roots. So through roots, the waste materials will be eliminated into the soil also. So some of the eliminated materials from the plants will cause some itching, some allergic conditions in human beings. So some of the waste materials will be useful for human beings. If you take gums and resins, we can use for making of the rubber products like gloves we can make, okay, like eraser, some rubber products we can make with the use of these waste materials. And some of these waste materials can be used as medicinals also. So medicinal purposes also there. So in case of plant, there is no specific organ, so they will be eliminating their waste materials through the leaves, older xylem. Through the stomata they will be eliminating, and resins and gums which is coming out like brown color, waxy material will be coming out through the trees and plants. So these are the elimination process in case of leaves. So this is how the excretion is taking place in plants as well as animals. Thank you friends, thank you for watching this video.